playoffs, and Super Bowl. Your home of the NFL is Sports Radio The Ticket.
Oh, Labor Day weekend, college football week 1, Football Friday, Idaho Sports Talk. Loving life right now, and it's going to get better on the Double Tap Pub hotline. We are now joined by, I'm going to love saying this, Washington Commanders running back, one of the best backs in Boise State history. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you the McWeapon, Jeremy McNichols, back on Idaho Sports Talk. What's up, McWeapon?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
You can probably tell by my voice I'm doing really, really good, huh, what did you do? What was the difference? You made the 53 of the Washington Commanders, somewhat of a long shot going into this thing. Jeremy, how'd you make the club?
I mean, just working hard, being a leader, just doing what I had to do day in and day out. And, just being happy to play ball again, man. So, it's just been a good experience, a good time, and just went through this camp and was able to make the 53-man roster. So I was happy about that.
Yeah. How focused is Jeremy McNichols right now? We know, and you've said it on this show, when you came into the league, you wish you were more focused. That was detailed on Hard Knocks a little bit, Jeremy. And now where you are in your career, you've played with several clubs, and just the focus right now, I'd imagine it's at a laser level. Describe it.
Yeah, it's all-time high. It's just all those moments from, life experiences and football. It brings me here today, so I'm able to learn from, past mistakes and the good things, keep what's going good, and the things that I wish I could have changed in the past, just making me a better player, better person. So that's just where I'm at right now in my career, in my life, and just can't wait for the season to get started.
He's Jeremy McNichols, former Boise State running back legend, now with the Washington Commanders, an NFL career that is just unparalleled and so fascinating to watch. So many different teams, so many different stops. You haven't had a ton of carries and a ton of work, and the fact that you may or may not have fresh legs, a fresh body, has that played a role in there? Because if you're out there after 10 years of grinding, you might not be in this situation, Jeremy.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, just the not having a huge workload in games. I mean, it's still a workload with practice and camps and training. You still put my body through excessive stress. So, but I'm feeling pretty good. I take good care of my body, and I love this game, and I want to be able to play it as long as I can.
Let's be honest. I mean, after last year where there was not much going on last year at all, and coming in, as Johnny said, a long shot here, were you prepared that it might be over?
No, I don't ever think it's over. As long as I put that helmet and those cleats on, I'm able to go compete. I believe in myself, and I believe in my talents, and believe in the work that I put in on and off the field. So until they tell me no, then I'm going to just keep putting it on and taking it day by day.
Nice.
55 touchdowns in 34 games on the blue for the McWeapon. What a season. He's a member of the 2,000 yards club in 2016, went 21-83. I know Boise State fans hoping Ashton Genty can get that this year. McWeapon, I want to talk to you about the Commanders. One more question I have for you there. Cliff Kingsbury's offense. Football guru, offensive mind, gets a lot of credit for that. What fits well with your game in this Commanders offense? Were you a good fit with Kingsbury?
Oh, yeah. It definitely has been one of my favorite offenses so far in the league. It's just we're able to play so fast. It's really simple. It's a spread offense. It kind of reminds me of being back in college, being in shotgun a lot of the times and running a lot of the schemes that I ran in college and catching out the backfield, So he's able to allow the backs to display catching, running, blocking skills just out the backfield. So I love this offense, and it's been successful, and he has a great track record with it.
Jeremy McNichols, how do you vision this season, your role in it? Obviously, they got Robinson and Eckler, two pretty established guys. You're there, obviously, for a role. What do you see your role being this year?
I think time will tell with that. I think, initially getting on special teams, playing on special teams, and then wherever fit is needed, just be ready to plug and play wherever it may be. But, it's a long year. So roles change at all times. So, just being ready to do anything and play anywhere.
We love having Jeremy McNichols back on Idaho Sports Talk. Roster 53-man running back for the Washington Commanders, former Boise State star. And our boy John Bates is over there too, Jeremy. A lot of Boise folks going to be watching Commanders football. What type of camp did Bates have? He looking pretty good?
Oh, yeah. He's a monster. He's blocking his butt off, catching the ball. He's great, man. I mean, he's an even better person in the locker room. So it's good to have him on the team. He always wearing his Boise State gear. Yep.
Nice.
Shout out to Dale.
Shout out to Dale.
We should be expecting a box soon. Hopefully he hears this. Giving him a hard time. I'm giving him a hard time. John does wear Dale's shirt in the facility sometimes, so I give him a hard time every now and again. But Bates has been great, man. Just having a former teammate in the locker room is always good.
I love that. And there's even a third Idahoan in the offensive team rooms with Colson Yankoff. He's a Coeur d'Alene high school kid who's been playing college football for about 10 years, but high school kid from right here in the state of Idaho, a couple of Boise State guys in Washington, D.C. It's kind of a weird Idaho connection. You guys ever talk about that?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, when Yankoff came in, he's like, "Oh, I'm from Coeur d'Alene." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I know exactly where that's at." So yeah, we connected and we talked about it all the time, and we got a good connection.
Hey, Jeremy, are you watching Boise State tomorrow?
Of course. Yeah, I gotta watch my boy Genty go do his thing. So I'm expecting a big game one. Just carry that torch for the season for the stable.
He's coming after you and a whole bunch of other people who are in the Boise State record book. He wants to run for 2,000 yards. He wants to catch 500 yards. He's out there on the return team. This dude wants to do it all. We'll see how it all plays out. But, how hard is it? Because he has publicly stated that he wants to rush for 2,000 yards. Obviously, that's just a brutal number, but it can be done. How hard is that?
I mean, it's tough. Guys he's you're a target. Everybody wants to stop you. The whole offense runs through him, runs through the running back there. So it's a tough task, but he believes in it, and I think he got a lot of people around him that believe that he can do it. So his mind's right. I was able to go out there this summer and work out with him and talk to him a little bit. So I'm rooting for him. I hope he makes all his goals and has a great year this year.
So hope he has a McWeapon type of year, high level, almost 30 touchdowns, bunch of catches, bunch of yardage. The way Brian Harsin was able to use you those 2 years, Jeremy, you were done with college football after your third year. Genty, we expect he'll do the same thing. But here's my question. I'm wearing a Back to the Future t-shirt, by the way, Jeremy. If you could hop in the DeLorean and do it all again, would you stay at Boise State for your senior year and just break every running back record?
I think so, especially with the NIL deals now, for sure. I would say.
That's a game changer.
I would definitely say. I think about it every now and again.
That's funny. That would be kind of funny. You've been in so many different NFL cities, and you're on such a cool life journey. I mean, the football part of it's fantastic. The money part of it's fantastic. But the real life part of it is seeing this country and playing for 10 football teams all coast to coast. And now you're in Washington, D.C., where I got a chance to live for a year, and it's such a dynamic city. Do you ever, as you go into these cities, get out and about, you dive into the stuff in Washington, D.C.? And I might even ask you, what's your favorite city you've ever lived in, not so much worked in?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly been great. Like, a lot of people look at it like, oh, you've been on 10 teams or whatever, but it's been a great experience. I just look at it like I've got to live in 10 different states, and I've got to see the whole world. So, and travel the world to play this childhood dream and just childhood game. So it's been great. Yeah, I've been out to DC a lot, especially during OTAs. We got a little bit of time. It's a really, really cool city. It's definitely top 3 cities, one of my top 3 cities to live in. And then I think my favorite city was Nashville. Nashville was a good city to live in, and I love Tampa.
Nashville?
I think what was that?
I was going to say Nashville. Is that because you're just such a huge country music guy?
I actually started to like it. After a while, walking down the streets, you just hear country all the time, and you just get into the culture.
Yeah, you do.
Hey,
it was great.
Hey, McWeapon, you heard from Uncle Snoop yet? Since you made the Commanders 53, Snoop Dogg, you better be sending him a Jeremy McNichols Washington Commander jersey. Have you talked to your uncle yet?
I haven't talked to Snoop. You know, he's been at the Olympics on TV, so he's been busy.
Love it, man. Jeremy, you got a lot of friends, a lot of fans here in Boise. We're watching you and John Bates this year with the Commanders. Congratulations on making the club, and can't wait to see what you can do this year, Jeremy McNichols. And we know you'll be watching Boise State as you do as well, and watching Ashton Genty. You know, maybe run down some of the stuff that you were able to do on the blue. McWeapon, it's always fun bringing you on. Thanks.
Appreciate you. Thank you guys for having me.
Anytime, Jeremy McNichols. That video segment, if you caught it, you're welcome. It's brought to you by the Dollar Loan Center. They've been funding loans for 25 years. Visit don'tbebroke.com and like the Idaho Sports Talk YouTube channel. All that stuff goes on there. Interviews, if you wouldn't mind, subscribe. JP loves it. So good to catch up with the McWeapon there, Prater.
Always fun. We always appreciate his time. Always very generous with his time, and we've chased a few others.
Yes, we did.
Not so much, but we're going to continue because we know these guys are busy, and Jeremy's got a couple of days before things get serious, and we do appreciate the phone call.
There are changes to local high school football games tonight, guys, with the hazy skies, unfortunately. JP's going to have an update for that during the news. Let me remind you that fall, it's the best time to plant trees and shrubs, and now Zamzows through Monday, September 16th, they're having their end of the year sale. Summer trees, shrubs, roses, all that great stuff. You can get up to 50% on a lot of that stuff. Nobody knows like Zamzows.
Idaho Sports Talk with Prater in the Ballgame. So